Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw for Insider Travel Report, and I'm here at the Global Travel Collections Arrive Conference. It's the second one they've had, and the first one as a completely unified unit, really, as GTC. I'm here with Reagan Stone, who is Senior Vice President of In the Know Experiences, which is part of Global Travel Collection. And we're going to talk to her about really what's going on in terms of one of the things that's going on is in the know is going to be kind of the way to onboard new travel advisors, new people to the industry, and we'll also talk about how it's evolving as part of Global Travel Collection. And you're going to hear about all that and more on Insider Travel Report. Reagan, first of all, great to see you. We did meet earlier this year in Glen Eagles, which was serving as the sort of unified Internova luxury conference. And here we are again now at GTC. First of all, you are part of GTC, but you're still retaining that In the Know brand experiences brand name, right?
Right, we are, yes. In the Know serves as a sub-brand under GTC. And yeah, we are part of GTC. So I like to say that we're like a taste-driven sub-brand under GTC. GTC is our host agency. So, you know, when people ask about In the Know, we are just a sub-brand under it, and GTC is really they're like our muscle behind us that makes us run.
Yeah, and I've known In the Know for quite some time. It's been a brand out there. It was the brand. It was a brand acquired by Internova some time ago. But now you're part of this unit that originally it actually has all the original Pro Travel. It has the Zell, it has Altor, and you is basically all the units that came together. And now you're using this as a sub brand. Now, exactly what does In the Know sell? What makes it different really from the others?
Yeah, so I mean, I think the biggest thing is that the advisor focus within In the Know is slightly different than some of the legacy brands. So our advisors typically, the demographic of our advisors could be described as progressive is the word that is typically used.
You could just say younger, but that's
well, there's not a typical like age range, you know, but typically what it is that most of the advisors did not grow up in a traditional agency environment. So a lot of our Pro and Zell advisors, Altor advisors, they learn the business in the offices, working under advisor or working in-house. And a lot of our In the Know advisors came into the industry later on after they had a career elsewhere, things like that. So they use different tools and products. They never learned the GDS. And so they invoice their sales differently. They use point and click tools. So that's really why the brand remained as a sub brand, just because the tech stack is a bit different.
No, that's it, and it will serve different in the certain sense that you're going to be the place to onboard new to the industry travel advisors, people who come from other careers and want to become travel advisors. And I understand in November you're going to kind of launch a new sort of training and education program that's going to help bring in new people, right?
Right, exactly. So, yeah, I mean, we aren't naive. New people coming into this industry, we don't anticipate them learning the GDS in its native system. So we do expect for new people coming into the industry to come into the tech stack that In the Know uses, which means the point and click tools that are rather easy to pick up pretty quickly. But we do want to take those pieces of what makes our legacy advisors very successful, which is that in-office learning. So we do have a dimension of that, of our new to industry program is coming into the offices for a week and learning. It is a very hands-on program. It's very selective. It's really structured in accountability and doing this as a full-time job and a profession versus just something to kind of dabble in. So
yeah, and you do emphasize that. We were talking earlier when you at the press conference that you're not looking for part-timers. You're looking for someone who wants to build a career as a travel advisor, right?
Right, absolutely, and we're doing that for two reasons. One, because as an agency, GTC provides its value best to advisors who do this full time. So we know where we provide our best operational excellence, where we provide our partners our best value is with our full-time advisors. So we typically don't serve the part-time advisor as well as we do the full-time advisor. So that's where we want to focus on. And then two, our current advisors. We want to continue maintaining the community we have, and we want to keep it consistent. And so to our current advisors that we have within our community, we want to make sure they continue trusting their colleagues and understanding the standards set by our current advisors is maintained by the quality of those that we let enter into our community.
Fantastic. Now, so this will be interesting. So a lot of this is going to roll out in November, I believe, and you're going to be sort of devising your own program, taking bits and pieces from other programs within Internova. We mentioned earlier, we're talking about you have what is it? The Travel Tomorrow. That public.
Yeah,
That's
Travel
that.
Leaders of
Travel
Tomorrow.
Leaders of Tomorrow. I know there's some, but you're going to really kind of customize a lot of this for your purposes for GTC and for In the Know, right?
Right. Well, and I think if you talk to anyone, like outside of Internova, outside of GTC, anyone in the industry knows that there's no one size fits all to doing this. You really have to get very granular with it, and it's very nuanced learning this industry. I mean, as much as I wish there was like a one size fits all, I think we all do. It's just not that way, right? Even down to the advisor level, the way the advisors run, which is why there's so many tools out there on a technology level. Every advisor different is business. Every advisor business is different. That's what makes this business run.
You know, what it's also made it's one of the reasons why being a travel advisor can be a lucrative profession, 6 figures and all that. It wasn't that way when I first broke into the business, 35 years ago. We're talking about advisors that earned $30,000 to $40,000, and now you're earning, if you don't $100,000, you're probably not
earning $30,000, $40,000 a month.
That's right. Well, it's a little bit of a different profession and very different. It's why people are interested in getting into it. Then again, you're onboarding advisors, but you're not looking for hundreds of new advisors, right?
No, we're looking at 2 cohorts per year with about 10 to, I would say, a maximum of 15 advisors per cohort.
Okay, so not a lot of people, because the whole of GTC now has about 1,500 advisors, and so you'll be onboarding people who are interested in the profession, but also come from professional backgrounds, right?
Right. We do perform typically better with advisors who have had a career and have experience in the workforce. Not to say that we wouldn't consider someone who's fresh out of college. We just typically tend to do better with someone who has a background working in the past. And we look for people who have commercial instincts. I was saying earlier that, transacting a booking these days is becoming easier and easier as the technology excels. Winning a client is becoming a little bit more challenging. Absolutely. There's a lot of threats out there to the business, and there's a lot of things out there trying to pluck up the clients. Sure. So we know that you can have every tool and process down, but if you don't have any clients, you don't have a business. So we feel really confident in our ability to help our advisors run their business. So our goal is making sure that they have a business to begin with, and making sure that they know how to go out there and confidently win a client and sell travel.
And that's the key, is getting the client acquisition and getting to realize clients really need travel advisors. Right. So that's it. And I guess my last question is, what is it like being here in Austin, Texas, at Arrive? This is really the first time, you've had one other meeting a year ago, but this is the first time you've all met as a unified entity.
Yeah, well, it's great. Well, I love seeing all the advisors. I love seeing all the partners. I am from Alabama, and most of my In the Know advisors are New Yorkers. So being a Southern girl, I like having all of my New Yorker friends down here in the South. We went out for barbecue the other night. So it's been a treat, and it's so fun. I love every opportunity to interact with the partners and the advisors. So it's been a great week. I'm looking forward to more. And yeah, just a lot of fun.
Except they all forced you to watch the New York Knicks game last night.
They are forcing me to watch the Knicks. I'm embracing it. You know, we don't have any NBA teams down in Alabama. We just watch football. So
There you go.
I'm being a basketball fan this
So
week.
you don't have to root for any other team except
No,
the Knicks.
no,
So
I'm a Knicks fan. See, I've got my blue on today.
there you go.
Yeah.
We're perfect. Good. Didn't win last night, but we'll
No,
see what
we got
happens.
Wednesday night.
We got Wednesday night to go. Anyway, Reagan, I want to thank you for taking the time. This is a really interesting conference for me because I've never been there. I've been to a lot of travel leaders conferences. I've been to NextGen conferences. I've been to the one we met at up in Glen Eagles for Internova, but this is the first time to see GTC as a unified entity down here, and it's really fun to watch and see how it all comes together.
Well, I'm glad that you're here, and thank you for being with us.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.